My name is Julie Turney, and this is the HR Sound Off podcast show, the show created for HR and business professionals to discuss pertinent topics and trends as it relates to our professions. We're going to have amazing conversations with HR professionals from all over the world, get to learn their origin stories. How did they get into this profession? What do they love about being here? And how they want to set the record straight on that one misconception that really drives them crazy about our profession. Are you ready? I'm ready. Then let's sound off. Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the HR Sound Off podcast show. My name is Julie Turney. I am your host, and today I am joined by Alisha Harris from CollabHR. Now, she's a lot more than that, but we're talking about HR community. And you guys know if there's one thing I love to talk about, it's how do we create great communities for people in the HR space. And so when I came into contact with Alisha and learned more about CollabHR through LinkedIn, again, guys, talking about the power of LinkedIn and making those connections, it's really important. So today, Alisha is here to tell us a little bit more about herself. We're going to talk about CollabHR and a bit more about her passion for HR. So Alisha, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Thank you so much for having me. I'm doing awesome. I love everything that you're doing, and I'm so honored and happy to be here on the platform with you.
Oh, thank you so much. You're absolutely welcome. Like I said, when it comes to magnifying HR voices, that's what this show is here for, to talk about the great things that we are doing as a profession. So, Alisha, tell us, who is Alisha Harris? Who are you? How did you start your career in HR? What are you doing now? How did you get here?
Yeah, so answer the first question, who am I? I'm a lot of things. I have a lot of titles. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, friend, sister, daughter, and I am one of the biggest advocates for HR. I love HR. I love everything about it. How I got here to CollabHR today is that my husband and I, we actually started companies out of college. And he handled sales, and then I handled everything HR. My track record, my path was carved out on my own. I didn't go the traditional route of schooling or doing like my certification or everything or anything. I learned everything along the way. I learned everything on my own. I had a small network of HR consultants. I was a part of HR groups, and they definitely helped me along the way. I'm so grateful for them all. But I learned everything on my own. From one startup to the other, led to the other, and then we had a couple companies sell, and then I am here today with CollabHR. My last company was a PEO. I talked to a lot of HR individuals, a lot of HR professionals, and a lot of them didn't want to talk to me because we were a PEO, and which is understandable, but.
Just for our audience who would not know what you mean when you say PEO, because we have a global audience, what do you mean?
Yeah, so a PEO is a professional employee organization. So what that is that you sit under an umbrella of a larger company that helps you actually condense your costs for employee benefits and just anything around your people. They help with controlling that cost.
Beautiful.
It's wonderful for smaller companies and mid-sized businesses. But when I was talking to HR professionals, they were so busy. They did not want to talk to me, which is understandable. But I did, my last couple of people I did speak to, they said, hey, if you want to help me build something to where I don't feel alone, if you want to help me build something to where I can help myself and not feel like I'm drowning every day. So that is honestly where CollabHR came from. After this pandemic, a lot of our HR professionals, they really had to learn everything on their own. A lot of them felt like they were alone on an island. They had to deal with their executives. They had to help their employees. They also had to help their own families.
Yes.
And I definitely do not want our HR community ever to feel like that again, because I can only imagine how that feels.
Yeah.
That's where CollabHR started.
Awesome. It's amazing to see how the community has come together, especially through the pandemic. I know that one of the things that I struggled with very early in my HR career was like trying to find that sense of community. And like there were just so many things that I wish I had community for very early in my HR career that I didn't. Because it's one thing to learn HR in theory, it's another thing to practice HR.
Those are two different.
They're not the same. They're definitely not the same. And it's not like you can go pick up, you can say in every scenario, let me go pick up that textbook and see if it will help me figure this out, you know? And so having that community, tell us what CollabHR, how it works.
Yeah, absolutely. That is exactly what CollabHR is. It's a community. So it's for HR professionals or anyone who has HR in their job description. We help them with their professional growth. CollabHR is here to help them celebrate, collaborate, and also help educate themselves and others. Mm-hmm. It is a platform that helps with helping them develop professionally as for their employers as well as for the employees that they serve. So these tips and tricks and everything that they learn, they can take wherever they go. The community is there for them and with them. But that's what CollabHR is.
Awesome. I love it. Two things that I love are I geek out a lot about: community and technology. And you put both of those things together with CollabHR. So walk us through the platform a little bit and tell us like how easy is it for people to join and make connections?
Absolutely. So it is absolutely HR professionals only. We do have advisors from other industries such as employee benefits, payroll, and things like that. However, they are handpicked by yours truly. They are ones that I actually have a relationship with, and they are going to be here for CollabHR. They're going to have the best interest of our members when they do speak to our CollabHR members.
Nice.
As far as joining, it's super easy. It is invite only. So you are going to be able to join by requesting access. And the only questions that we ask of you is to have your LinkedIn profile there. That way we can vet you and make sure that you're an actual HR professional, because this is a non-sales environment. So it is going to be something that you are not going to be sold. You are actually going to be on the community. You're going to be collaborating with other HR professionals. You have a quick question you want to ask. It's an app on your phone, or you can actually have it on your desktop. Yes. You can shoot a question, and then all of our HR members are there to help you along the way. Yeah. So joining is easy. Collaborating with other HR professionals is definitely super easy as well. So yeah.
Amazing. And I think, like you said, very user-friendly, very easy to use. The HR professionals that I've interacted with on the platform so far, absolutely amazing people that are there to help and support. And it just speaks truly to testimony for the kind of community that you're trying to create. And I know that it's not just about networking. You also teach, educate, and train and support. So like, what are some of those services or products? What do they look like? So I know that there's panel discussions and stuff like that happening within the community. What else happens within the community?
Yeah, a lot happens. When it comes to learning, you can learn from every HR member that is on the community. Some of our members, they actually write pieces by themselves, and they actually post them in the community. Others just ask questions. Others will actually post other events that other HR professionals might like. As far as what CollabHR offers. So right now, if you go to our website, collabhr.io, you can actually see the timeline of when we're actually releasing CollabHR phases. So right now, it's the community and the discussion panels, which we have been doing.
Right.
And we are also going to be having some self-learn courses as well as live courses in the future. So all of that is going to come together. But right now it is the community and our discussion panels. And our next discussion panel, they are quarterly. So our next one is in January, and that's going to be how inflation is going to affect the actual hiring process and the wages.
Nice. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it a lot. And I'm looking forward to seeing what else happens as you develop and grow Collab HR. So tell us, Alisha, are you a techie?
I consider myself to be techie. Yeah.
Yeah. What are some of the things that you think are really important for HR professionals when it comes to digital transformation?
Yeah. So the idea behind CollabHR is the ease of use, how easy it is to sign up, how easy it is to communicate with each other on the platform, because we all know HR professionals are busy every day. And even when they go home, some of them have families, they're even busier at the end of the day. So definitely you want the technology to be super easy to use, whether it's on their phone or on their computer, just a couple clicks and they're on the community. So definitely ease of use. You want to be able to have the information that you are giving to your members to be easily accessed as well. So they don't have to search through everything to try to find answers. They don't have to Google things. So they can just easily go to the community and find those answers, whether it's with our members or whether it's with content that we are providing them.
Nice. I love it. Well, I am so excited to be a part of the CollabHR community, and I'm looking forward to being put to work and sharing and experiencing the community in its fullness. Things have been a bit crazy, but I'm going to get there.
Oh, no. If everywhere's crazy, it's okay.
Yes. And that's what I love about CollabHR too, that you could drop in, drop out. You can check in, check out, just, keep things going. So like the fact that it's there just kind of like really makes you feel supported, that you can tap into the resources that are available through the people, through what they put, the content that they've curated and put together for you. So I really would recommend, if you are looking to build your community, please go check out CollabHR. And you can find them, as Alisha mentioned, collabhr.io. And you can also find them on LinkedIn.
Yes, you can connect with me on LinkedIn. If you reach out to Julie, she'll be able to invite you to the community as well. And back to what you were saying about the actual platform, you don't have to be on there 24/7. As I said, all of our HR professionals are very busy. If you have a question or a thought or something that you definitely want to post and share with your other HR professionals, it's there for you. It's not something that you have to be on 24/7.
Yes, exactly. And it's just great to know that this community exists. You could be like, oh, I'm struggling with this. Oh, let me tap into CollabHR and find out if anyone has the answer to this. Now you have somewhere to go and tap into that community and get an answer and get support. So congratulations to you, Alisha. I wish you and your team at CollabHR all the best. Like I said, I am super excited to be a part of this community and just to share and magnify your voice and what you're doing. I think that it's a really great thing, and I'm looking forward to continuing to build our relationship as well.
No, I love it.
You're welcome. So let me ask you this. Yes. What are you reading, watching, listening to right now that you think our audience would enjoy?
Yeah, so I actually am reading, I'm listening to a couple HR podcasts, but what I'm reading is the book called The Wake Up by Michelle MiJung Kim. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I absolutely adore her. She is one of the voices that you hear when it comes to having those uncomfortable conversations in regards to diversity or what's going on in the workplace. She's not afraid to speak on those topics. And that book is actually really good because it points out different scenarios and how you can actually combat them. So I love it. And I think the HR community would enjoy it as well.
Enjoy that, yes. Okay. And then you said you're listening to some podcasts.
Yeah, so the HR podcast is one of them I listen to on Spotify. They talk about, she actually talks about just new and upcoming things. The last podcast I listened to, so I don't listen to them in order. I listen to them at what topic resonates with me at the moment.
Exactly.
And that's just what works for me. But the last topic I listened to was how Walmart is actually paying for their employees, no matter what seniority or no matter what role you're in, paying for their college tuition. Nice. And as long as they're applying it to something that they are working towards at Walmart, their tuition is paid for. And a lot of other companies like Target and everyone else are actually following suit as well. I definitely think that is amazing.
Yes, definitely.
And that, because there's some communities that don't have access to education.
Yeah.
Have access to it, but they don't have the means to pay for it. And the fact that Walmart is leading that is awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Kudos to Walmart on that for sure. Yeah, nice. So, old Alisha talking to younger Alisha, what advice would you give yourself?
Just to keep pushing. Being in the HR industry, you can feel bogged down. You can feel defeated at times. And it's just, the only advice I give to myself and everyone else is keep pushing, because you are doing good in this world. You are doing good in the role that you are in. Just keep pushing and keep moving forward and keep helping and touching as many lives as you can, because that is what you are here for, is to serve the employees that you are working for in a corporation.
Yes, that's beautiful advice. That one. Well done. Last question, and the big one.
Okay.
What is the biggest misconception about HR that really bothers you that you want to set the record straight on right here, right now?
Yeah. So one of the biggest misconceptions is that the individuals in human resource, they're human. They're human too. I mean, it's in our title.
Yeah.
And they have feelings, they have lives, they are allowed some room to make mistakes and learn from them. We are not babysitters. We are someone here to help you along the way and to make sure that you are getting the best and adequate help to help you perform your best at the organization that you are at. But we are human.
Yeah.
And I definitely feel that part of it has been taken out and removed completely. Now, what I can say about the pandemic is it's trying to make its way back, and definitely I want us to put the human back because you have to. Yeah. When it comes to putting yourself in your employee's shoes, when it comes to putting yourself in your employer's shoes, you definitely have to remember that everyone is human, and that we need to act as if we have to lead with empathy. I tell a lot of advice I give is to lead with empathy. Put yourself in others' shoes, and that's how I live my everyday life as well. And it's never steered me wrong. So yeah, just the basic misconception is that human resources is not human, and that they are just robots to just work a certain way. And we got to change that.
We definitely need to change that. But I so agree with you, and I connect with that on so many levels, so many times. I actually watched a video recently, a TikTok video recently that someone did. A young lady by the name of Vanessa. She's her company is called the People Culture Collective. She does these little short TikTok videos. I think she's from Australia.
Okay.
And she did this video recently where it was like management speaking to HR, and they were saying, "Oh, how are you doing?" And the HR person was saying, "I'm really drowning right now. Things are really hard." And the manager goes, "Oh, you're doing such a great job. I couldn't do what you do." And she's like, "Yeah." And the HR person goes, "Yeah, I'm really struggling. It's really hard." And then she looks at the manager looks at her and goes, "Oh, you're so awesome." Now, you've heard nothing she said about feeling burned out, frustrated, And so I really connect with when you talk about not being seen as human. People just see us doing this work and they're like, "Oh, it's such a hard job," or, "I couldn't do what you do," or, all of those things, but they don't see, that we're really struggling, that sometimes it's hard, it's heavy.
They don't see the struggle, and the struggle is real in that
Very
department.
real.
And when someone is not even with just HR, but if someone is literally telling you, I'm struggling, I'm having a hard time with something, ask some questions, be curious, say, oh, what's going on? Do you need, maybe this person just needs to vent, not about certain situations, but just maybe this person just needs to vent and just let some tension go. And then maybe that will make their whole day a whole lot better. Like a lot of people don't understand words. Like you just simply asking, how are you doing? And if they tell you something that's negative, and you follow up with, how can I help? Or is there something that I can do? It can make someone's day tremendously. And that's something everybody has to work on, even just within normal life, just being there as a helping hand. Yeah, HR is there to serve the employees, but at the same time, they need help too.
Exactly. So you heard it here from Alisha. We are human beings too. Please don't forget that. I always say, like, we're human beings too. We're human beings first and foremost. We are also employees.
Yeah.
Because I think so many times people forget that HR also is an employee of the organization. And so, and we forget ourselves too, I think, as HR professionals. And sometimes we need to get a little knock on the wrist to remind us, hey, look, you are a part of this organization. You're not just here to, help us put processes together and help us to create an environment where everyone feels like they belong and that they're feeling creative and innovative. You deserve that too.
Exactly. Yeah. You're not just creating it for everyone else, you're doing it for yourself as well.
Yes, definitely. No, we could talk about this all day, every day. But thank you so much.
One thing I do like to say to all my HR professionals is, do not feel bad about taking breaks. Breaks are much needed. Even me as a mom, I always feel guilty about taking a break. But as long as if you don't take care of yourself, you cannot take care of everybody else, whether that's personal life or your job. So if you need to take a 10-minute breather just enjoy the sun outside and then come back and recharge.
Exactly. Disconnect. If you need to do it, don't feel bad about it. I say it all the time, and I totally agree with you. And I felt really bad, especially like as my children were growing up. That was something that I struggled with.
Yeah.
Like, taking those breaks or checking out. But as I got older, as you get older, you mature and you learn more about life and yourself, and you understand that you have to prioritize your self-care too.
Exactly.
It really is important. And that's why I really try hard to advocate for self-care of us as HR professionals, because it's something that we definitely struggle with. And as you said, a lot of times we feel guilty, but we shouldn't feel guilty for taking time off or feeling that, if we take time off, the whole place is going to burn down. Then how do we really create this structure? How do we really help support this structure to begin with? So I think it's really important to recognize sometimes you got to take your hands off and just take time for yourself and come back and start again. Can't fill from an empty cup.
No, you cannot. Self-care is a must. And you just taking 10, 20 minutes out of the day, they will be fine. You will be fine. Everybody else will be fine. Just take a pause. You can't sacrifice yourself for work. So
absolutely not. Absolutely not. Thank you so much for joining me, Alisha. I really appreciate it. As I said, I wish you and CollabHR all the best. I'm looking forward to interacting with you guys a lot more. But thank you for sharing this space and creating this space for us, and seeing a need and filling it. I really appreciate that. Yes. So you've survived your time. And can you please, you've already told us we can reach you on LinkedIn. You have CollabHR.io. Is there any other social media that you want to share with our audience?
No, I am on Clubhouse. So we do host a couple of conversations. I do join a lot of conversations in regards to HR as well.
Okay.
So connect with me on Clubhouse too. I'm on there as well. LinkedIn and CollabHR.io is the best way to get in contact with me. But if you just want to hear other conversations, Clubhouse is one too.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Alisha.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us in the sound booth today. I hope that you found this information from this episode useful. You can find me on all social media platforms at I am Julie Turney. That's I-A-M Julie Turney. And you can find this episode or this show on most digital platforms, Google Podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, you name it, we're there. Thanks to Rock Solid Entertainment for helping me to put this content together for you. And I will see you again in the next Sound Off.